I came along in 1982, pretty much straight out of high school. And I had actually gone to barber school and became hairstylist because we were still doing a lot of hairpiece work. And then my dad used to do it for years. We would style the hair pieces and put them on them. I came in and was doing a lot of hairpiece work. We had a doctor come in doing hair transplants, and he was coming in every month or two, and I was watching that. And after about a year, I started helping out and assisting in the hair transplant. So around 1983 is when I started really getting involved in that and working with them. In the early 80s, hair transplants were basically plugs. They were grafts that had about 15 to 20 hairs, and they were taken out of the scalp or the back of the head one at a time, like that, little round circles, and actually transplanted them from there up in the top, same thing, little round circles, and they were about the size of a pencil eraser. Middle to late 80s when we started doing the smaller grafts, and we went down to a graft that has about 7 to 8 hairs in each graft, and we were one of the first ones to start doing that small of a graft, especially all over the head. And then we started doing a very small graft, it has only 2-3 hairs in each graft, and that's our follicular unit transplant plus graft that we do, and that's what we're doing now the most. The hair transplant is going to grow and grow for a lifetime. I mean, once you do it, you never have to worry about getting a hairstyle at any special place or them wearing out and getting new ones and all that. It's there and it's going to grow forever, and you don't have to worry about it. Well, we only do hair transplants. We are a specialist in just hair transplants, and we're a family-owned business. Basically, that's all we do. We do about 5 a week, and that's one thing that pretty much anybody in the city of Birmingham, they're not hair transplant specialists. The one thing my dad taught me in the years I was with him working in the business is how you treat people. Your patients and your customers basically become your friends. You're helping them out. It's something very important to them, and it really becomes a friendship through all the process, and you really get to know them over time. Well, the first thing, somebody calls, and we basically go over the phone quite a few questions usually, even get into some cost ranges over the phone. But we definitely answer a lot of questions, and then typically set up an appointment for them to come in for consultation. And they come in for consultation, usually spend about 45 minutes to an hour, go over everything they need, and talk about and get into specific exactly what the cost is for them. I show them picture after picture of people that we've done, going through the whole process, and then we set up a time to get the procedure done. To get a procedure done, they're typically anywhere from 2 to 5 hours long, and that's coming in and driving home basically. The healing time of the procedure is typically about 7 to 10 days to where the grafts, all the little crusts are gone. And the stitches in the back come out in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks you're totally healed, do whatever you want to do. There's a 3-month period where the hairs are dormant, so you really don't have any hair growth for 3 months. After 3 months, the hair starts growing a 1/2 inch a month, and it's going to grow a 1/2 inch a month the rest of your life. I typically tell people that it's going to be about 9 months to a year to get the full effect of each procedure, and then you know where you're at, and that's the one thing we show in our consultation is how much hair you actually get in each procedure. Most patients we do 2 to 3 sessions to get the thickness they want, especially if it's really thin area. They typically do a session, let it grow out for at least 6 to 9 months, and then see where they're at, but typically come back and do a second session whenever they're ready and make it thicker. We have to leave a certain amount of space between the grafts for blood circulation, oxygen. Can't do it all at one time. And then we can come back and fill in those spaces more and more. until they get the thickness desired. And once they do get the thickness they like in that area, and there's nothing but the transplanted hair, then they don't have to do anything ever again. I mean, it's there forever. I see a lot of patients that come in that wear ball caps, and they never want to take them off. I mean, they don't go to church, they don't go to places where they have to take it off, they feel like they have to take it off, and they come in and we will do our procedure on them. And then before you know it, they're taking out their cap and they're doing things they've never done or they hadn't done in a long, long time. I have seen many, many people that once they got our procedure, they actually lost weight. Quite a bit. I mean, it's very, very common, and it's amazing to see them come out of their shell and you know, so excited about it and don't mind telling everybody about it. I started noticing my hair loss when I was 18 years old, and it flipped me out like it does almost anybody else. I mean, it was shocking. Finally decided to thicken it up because it got to the point where it was ready. It wasn't ready before, but it was ready then. We tell them you need to wait a certain time till you get to a certain point to do it and do it right. Don't want to start too early, and that's what we did with me. And I basically did a procedure, thickened it up. And over the years, I lost a little more hair and came back and filled in some more, and you know, again, over some more years, we came back and filled a little more, and that's what we do with a lot of our patients. It's a good time to start when it's early and you just started thinning enough to really start it and nobody will ever know it.